Whitney Roach is a Cherokee storyteller, a former Miss Cherokee, and an emerging young leader. She shares with us her favorite Cherokee story about the water spider and how it brought the first fire.
Cherokee stories to me are really important because that's our culture, and our language is so specific to us, and it's something we hold dear to our hearts. We are Cherokee and we are proud of that, and we have to be proud of what stories we're told, and that's our truth. My name is Whitney Roach. I'm a former Miss Cherokee, and I tell traditional Cherokee stories. My grandpa is a full-blood Cherokee, a fluent speaker. He's passed away since, but he's taught me so many things about what it is to be a Cherokee person and to how I have to honor myself and honor my ancestors. My father, great example of a Cherokee man. I respect him dearly, and he never lets me forget that I'm a strong Cherokee woman and that I can do anything I set my mind to. And so I was raised just as any other one, picking, going out in the springtime and getting some wild onions, going crawdad hunting with my family, my uncles, having fish fries, hog fries. My family's a big food family, and so we enjoy getting around a table and just eating some food and having a good laugh.
Whitney has always been that child that she loved everybody. She wanted to make people laugh. There's a saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and Cherokee Nation actually has been our village. Just to see her, just ask her grandpa questions, ask her uncles questions, and we have, such a wide family. Larry Shade and Hastings, and Loretta, they always took time to, when she had questions, they would answer her and teach her the cultural side of things.
Just hearing all the stories growing up has really brought storytelling out of me, and so when I ran for Miss Cherokee, I wanted to tell stories as my talent, and just kind of stuck. I was Miss Cherokee from 2018 to 2019. I just enjoyed getting to meet new people, getting to tell traditional stories to people that weren't raised in the culture or weren't brought up around the same atmosphere that I was, and so getting to bring that little heart of the life that I've gotten to live growing up to other people that didn't have that was just very special, and I know it was special to them. A lot of our stories are examples of why animals look the way they do today, and growing up as a little kid, I just think that was the coolest thing. Growing up, I've realized that telling those stories really is helping our culture survive and making it thrive even more so. I really enjoy sharing Cherokee stories with people that don't get to hear it all the time like I did growing up. One of my favorite stories was the story of our first fire.
Osiyo. Long ago, before man and when animals could talk, there was no fire. With a harsh winter approaching, the animals got together and they prayed to Unethlana. They said, "Unethlana, please send us something to keep us warm this winter." Unethlana heard their prayers, and he decided to send a storm to a neighboring island across the water. A lightning bolt crashed down, hit a tree, and lit it on fire. All of the animals saw this, and they knew that Unethlana, our creator, had sent them a piece of the sun. The animals got together, and they decided that they were going to send the biggest and the strongest of all the animals. They decided that they were going to send Yonah, our bear. Yonah said, "I am the biggest and the strongest of all the animals. I will bring back the fire." As Yonah swam and swam over to the other island, he soon realized he was too big to make it all the way. All the animals got back together again and decided they were going to send the owl. As the owl flew over to the other island, he perched on top of a tree and looked down at the fire. He soon realized he sat too close to the fire, and it began to burn his feathers and his eyes. He flew back to the island, and to this day, he still has burn spots on his feathers, and his eyes are glowing orange because of the heat of the fire. The animals then decided that they were going to send the raven with its long white feathers. As the raven flew over to the fire, he came down, grabbed some fire with his claws, but soon realized it was too hot to hold on to. He dropped the fire and flew away, but as he was flying away, the ash and the smoke landed on top of his feathers. His feathers are still black to this day. With all the animals starting to lose hope, they decided that they were going to send another animal, but they didn't know who, until one little voice in the back of the group decided to step up. The little water spider said, "Please, let me go try and get the fire." All the animals looked at the little water spider and said, "Water spider, you're too small to go get the fire. There's no way you'll be able to get it." The water spider said, "You can still let me try." The water spider swam over to the island, looked around, and didn't want to get burnt. He saw a small ember pop off from the fire, grabbed some mud from the island, made it into a small clay pot, and scooped the ember and placed it on his back. He swam over to the other island, presented the ember to the animals, and started to blow and blow on the ember. And as he blew and blew on the ember, it started to glow and glow brighter and brighter. He started to put twigs and sticks on top of the ember, and soon enough, we had a fire. The animals began to grab sticks and twigs, and they also placed them on the fire, and it grew bigger and bigger. And that is where we have our fire today. The moral of the story is that we should never look down on someone that is smaller than us, because even the smallest people can still do the greatest things for our people. Wodo.
To be Cherokee is a wonderful thing. It's who I am, and I'm surrounded by so many strong Cherokee people that I can't not be proud that I'm Cherokee. It's just a sense of pride in my heart that I'm here because my ancestors went through so many hardships and they were resilient during that time. So being Cherokee to me means a lot more than anything else in my life. I hope to impact my community by being able to share with them the culture I was raised in and just give them a little piece of my way of living and my family's way of living. I want to start that fire within them to dig into their language and to dig into their culture and help our Cherokee culture survive. I want to be there for them. I want to answer their questions, and I want to push them along on their journey to find who they are and to find who their ancestors are and why they should be proud that they are Cherokee people.